So from San Diego to Phoenix, welcome to the desert. Downtown, it is Chase Field, home of the D-backs. Nats have been good here over the years and a lot of support on the road. Curly W's in the house. Overall, they've been good against Arizona too. Bob and FP, welcome to the start of a 4-game series. That was quite a series in D.C. meeting these guys. They still haven't lost a series, and that thing could have gone either way for either team.
Yeah, Diamondbacks off to their best 36-game start in franchise history. They're playing good baseball, but when you talk about the schedule and what's coming up right now for the Nats, 4 games here against the Diamondbacks. The Yankees, who refuse to lose, coming to Nats Park. Then the Dodgers after that. The schedule just got real for the Nats. They're playing good baseball, but this series will determine a lot.
Yeah, and you usually see some offensive baseball here, but you got 2 of the best pitching staffs in the National League matching things up here. So Tanner Roark and Zach Greinke tonight. We know what Greinke's capable of, and Tanner has been good in this yard before.
Yeah, got to keep the ball in the ballpark. I think that's the key when you talk about the Diamondbacks. 42 home runs, tied for 3rd in the National League. The Nats lead the National League in homers. Tanner's given up 7 this year. Zach Greinke is a guy that gets a lot of ground balls. So whoever keeps the ball in the park wins this series, in my opinion.
All you fans watching on Masson will be baseball experts by the end of this road trip. Look at this guy straddling the bag. He wants to turn a double play. Dan Coco's going to try to help FP in that regard. So that's coming up next, trying to get 2 for the price of 1.
Things that you need to do as a middle infielder to set yourself up to try and turn 2 quickly. But let's focus on a couple of the important parts here. Let's start with footwork, coming from a second baseman's perspective where you're getting a ball from the right side.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different ways you can turn it at second as opposed to short. It's based on the speed of the ball. So many variables: the speed of the ball, the speed of the runner, you know, where you field the ball in locationship to me. So there's a lot of different ways. A lot of guys will put a foot on the bag right here. They'll step off and throw this way. A lot of guys will come here, step back when it's close, and use the bag
as protection,
as a barrier, yeah, and make a throw. Nowadays, I mean, you don't really have to be this creative the way you turn a double play because there's no takeout slide. And you'll see guys, Daniel Murphy does this all the time. He straddles the base and throws. If you straddle the base and threw in the old days, you're going to blow your knee out. They're going to come get you. So what I used to do, what I used to like in an ideal scenario is if you're feeding me the ball, the number one thing is just like a stolen base, you got to get to the base.
Right.
You can't be flying out of control because now if you give me a bad feed, it's going into right field. So you got to bust your butt over, you get in a good athletic position, you're anticipating a bad throw, and then when you see it's a perfect throw, you go through your movement, your motion. And it's just a feel thing based on the speed of the ball, where you're at, the speed of this runner, the speed of that runner. And when you do this for a living, all of those things are going through your head in an instant. So you're telling yourself, this guy can run, this guy can run, speed of the ball. This guy really takes me out. Back in the old days, Craig Biggio's on first base.
So
I really got to get out of the way.
So you got to get back.
So you're thinking this pre-pitch,
sure.
And then as the ball's hit, you've done it so many times, you just kind of react on the fly. So my favorite way to do it was I would get right here, and I wanted to throw out there somewhere, so that when I fielded it, I cleared myself from the bag, and I'd be right here, and now I'm clear from the slide area, I'm throwing, and I'm getting some air.
It almost provides you momentum into that move and into the throw.
Yeah, and you always want to get air at the end to protect your lower half.
Okay.
So if I'm here, I would take the ball here, here, boom. And then this step two that I forgot to say, if I go this way, my momentum's going toward third. It's not going to be a strong throw.
Right.
So I used to like cross over here toward the mound is where I'd step, so that I got my momentum going to first, and then get in the air and do that.
Okay, so let's do a couple throws now. You're coming from a second baseman's position. Where do you ideally want the ball, and how do you adjust to a throw that's maybe a little bit off from there?
If we could draw a circle right in this area,
okay,
away from the bag, I want it kind of right toward here, the front corner of the bag.
The front part of the bag, okay.
Yeah.
So I, as a shortstop,
so I would have to get there. So the hardest part, I'm telling you, is getting there. So wherever I'm positioning myself, I have to be able to get there. And it's a controlled scramble to get here, break down, boom, 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 all in one motion.
Okay. So let's do, you ideally want it in that circle, kind of taking you across the bag. So let's
you got
do
to
another
get here,
one there.
break down, boom, 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 all in one motion.
Now let's say the throw isn't ideally where you want it. Let's say it's a little bit maybe towards center field.
You adjust to it.
Okay.
And that's why I'm getting there and getting in a good athletic position as to anticipate a bad throw. So ideally I want it here. What if you yank it? I have to be able to go back this way and adjust in the middle of it and do one of these.
What about a little bit of a low throw? How do you try and control that ball, make sure you get that one out while still giving yourself a chance to turn two?
Well, here's another thing I left out too, Dan, is it's just like the tag. I don't want to go for the throw like this, because look at this, all takes time.
Right.
I want to catch the ball in close to my body.
Okay.
I want it to be like right here. So now watch, boom, boom, and I'm out of the way and I got rid of it quick. And that's the biggest mistake I see a lot of second basemen make, is they don't get rid of it quick and they rely on their arm strength. If I can just get it out of my hands, it's a double play every time. See, I didn't throw that hard. It's a double play every time.
Right.
You don't have to throw it hard.
Because you limited the amount of movement that you were making to receive the throw and to get rid of the throw.
I'm probably a little rusty. I'm probably reaching out too far, but if I was in good shape and doing this every day, I would be right here and I catch and throw. It's all right here. Boom. And it doesn't have to be hard.
And now, because you don't need to worry about someone taking you out as much, you can maybe focus a little bit more on this movement as compared to your footwork, maybe?
Right, yeah, get one more ball. Well, let's do another one. And I'll show you the way guys do it nowadays, because they don't have to worry about the slide. They'll get here like this, and they'll just straddle it like this. Heads up. Ugly finder.
Trey Turner, tough to double that guy up. And speaking of double plays, the Nats have turned 30 this year. The Arizona defense, #1 in the National League, has turned 31. So here we are, and a good look at second base. Can tell Marte out there hoping for some early action. So here's the Nats lineup. We're going to go right to game action here. Stevenson has hit, Andrew has, in all 5 of his starts. 9 for 27, 15 games overall. Rice back in the lineup tonight. Ryan Zimmerman is not, even though he has good career numbers against Zach Greinke. So some left-handed bats are in there. Greinke career 5-1 against the Nats.
There's the arsenal for Zach, 34 years old, 6'2", 200 pounds. Last start on the 5th against the Astros, a 4-3 winner. 5 2/3, gave up just 1 run on 5 hits. He threw 18 out of 24 first pitch strikes, so he likes to pound the zone. Look for the Nats to be swinging early against Greinke here tonight. The defense for the Diamondbacks behind Greinke, Peralta, Pollock, Souza Jr. in the outfield. Ahmed Descalso left side, Marte Goldschmidt right side, and Jeff Mathis behind the plate. Here we go, play ball.
640 in the desert. Bryce Harper, 311 career against Arizona pitching. And the first pitch right on time, and Bryce in there swinging.
It's kind of a double-edged sword for Dave Martinez right now. Do I keep leading off Bryce Harper and he gets pitches to hit, or do I hit him third and he starts walking again? So I guess the only way you get out of this thing, and I don't think it's that big a thing, is to keep leading off.
Perfect fastball running to the outside edge.
Been hitting the ball hard, just no luck lately.
So a couple of homers, 11 RBIs to go with that 311 I mentioned. He's 1 for 4 career, couple of walks against Zach Greinke. Now the D-backs will overlap their third baseman and go into a real big right side of the infield shift. And by the way, it's 102 outside, 78 degrees inside Chase Field tonight.
When you watch Greinke tonight, you see the shift on Bryce Harper. A lot of changeups. He's thrown that pitch more than any right-hander in baseball, 38% of the time, to left-handed hitters.
Bryce Harper fighting one off, and it's going to drop in front of Steven Souza Jr.
Yeah, barrel might be overrated for Bryce. Didn't really crush that one, but he hit into such tough luck in San Diego. Definitely take it. So there goes a no-hitter. Bryce getting this one started. Fastball up from Greinke, just kind of muscles it into right field. Little top spin. And when you have power, right fielders play it deep, and there's hits in front of him. Look where Souza Jr. was starting, on the warning track almost.
Yeah, and the Diamondbacks don't want Steven diving for any more balls in the outfield for a while. Back in the lineup just for a couple of games now after a right pec strain. Suffered diving around the outfield in spring training. So Trey Turner, clean hit all the way though by Bryce. Stepping in, and he's a .304 career hitter against D-back pitching. Ton of room right side. Trey hitting .305 last 25 games. Greinke taking a long time, then he delivers an unhittable pitch.
I feel like we're watching tennis all of a sudden. A lot of grunting going on here early in the desert. Yeah, one thing I realized when Dan and I were doing that double play, it's a lot easier just to turn double plays than to talk and turn double plays. I was sucking gas through that whole segment. I don't know how singers do it while they're dancing, because I sure as heck couldn't do it while I was turning twos.
Swing and a miss on a pitch, diving down and away. Greinke, 48th strikeout of the year, has only walked 6 men in 42 innings.
Third baseman, number 6, Anthony.
Yeah, he'll throw his whole arsenal to right-handers. Fastball, slider, curveball, change. Mostly just fastball change to lefties. And he doesn't get it up there like he used to, Carp. The 5th lowest fastball velocity among starters in Major League Baseball right now. Just 89 miles an hour on average.
Yeah, guys making those career adjustments as the years go on. Greinke first pitched in the big leagues in '04 with the Royals. Best season, 15 with the Dodgers when he went 19-3. 4-time All-Star. He's won a couple of Cy Youngs. Anthony Rendon will take one outside edge. Pinpoint control so far.
Watch the first one, ball 1, second one, strike 1.
Mark Rippiger, 9th year in the big leagues behind the plate tonight. Fastball up.
That was an extended grunt. I thought he was hurt on that one. Kind of walked off the mound and shaking his head. I don't know if he hurt himself here. See that little hop off the mound?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's not feeling right. Something's going on.
Rendon 1 for 6 career against him with a home run. Mathis moving in. Anthony Rendon launches a fly ball to center for A.J. Pollock. New series, game notes. The Nats 2 out of every 3 against the D-backs now over the last 6+ years. And they've only lost a series to these guys once, and that was just a couple of weeks ago. So the Nats continue to hold their opponents 5 runs or under. It's 19 in a row now. D-backs, following a loss, they've got some stoppers on their staff. 3.17 ERA, the best for Torey Lovullo in the National League, and the only ERA for a staff in baseball lower, the Houston Astros at a hard-to-believe 2.60. So Matt Adams 2 for 12 career with a homer against Greinke. The first 7 batters in the Nats lineup tonight all have 300 or better career averages against the D-backs over the years. Pitchers change and players come and go a bit in that regard, but they've always liked hitting here. And right now, Matt Adams likes hitting anywhere since the 1st of May. 10 homers, 24 RBIs overall. And a 1-1 is outside.
So they're using a humidor now here in Arizona, and talking to the people that have watched the Diamondbacks play all year, it's having an effect on the amount of home runs. They're keeping the baseball as Major League Baseball is, and kind of like a wine cellar thing, and they leave them there for 3 weeks before they can actually get into a game.
And Matt Adams will bounce this one to the right side. That looked like Nick Ahmed, the shortstop, who took care of that. Leadoff hit by Harper, Bryce stranded. Here comes Tanner Roark. PNC Bank, there's no better time to act than today. PNC, make today the day. By Ocean City, Maryland, there's no end to the fun you'll have in Ocean City. Plan your trip today at ococean.com. And by University of Maryland, University College. The Sonoran Desert. It is sizzling out there, but nice in here. D-backs only hitting .228, but they're 7th in runs and 3rd in home runs. And A.J. Pollock, player of the month for April. He's their cleanup guy. 11 homers, 8 stolen bases. And their leadoff guy, David Peralta, up there hacking as Tanner Roark makes his 7th career start against Arizona.
In the days when leadoff hitters sat up there and took a pitch and worked counts to try to walk are way over. 6 1/3 last start for Tanner. Season high 9 strikeouts against the Phillies. Tough luck 3-1 loss in that one. That was on the 5th. So 31 years old, 6'2", 235. And as we mentioned already, likes to pitch in this ballpark.
That was a good off-speed pitch that had Peralta way out ahead. Howie Kendrick takes care of the ground ball.
Nats defense tonight. Stevenson, Taylor Harper, the outfield. Turner and Kendrick up the middle. Rendon Adams at the corners. Matt Wieters behind the plate. I always thought first day into this ballpark, the speed of the baseball on this surface was tough to get used to. Very firm infield, very low cut grass, and the ball travels quickly in the outfield and the gaps too.
Number 2 hitter tonight, Daniel Descalso at 264. He got hot right before the D-backs came to Washington. He's at 385 now, his last 16 games. Looked like a really good changeup, must have just missed. So he tries it again.
Remember last start, the curveball was Tanner's best friend. And you look at his staff. Between Steven Strasburg, Gio Gonzalez, Jeremy Hellickson, and Tanner, the curveball's the pitch. All 4 of them have above average curveballs.
On a pitch up, that is hammered into center. That'll bring in their number 3 hitter, Paul Goldschmidt.
Yeah, you look at Daniel's numbers. He was hitting 197 when the Nats saw him last, 264. Now add to that with the first inning now.
Yeah, and the number I can't figure out is 180 career against Washington coming into this game. That does not count postseason base hits. Always seems to do something against our ball club, and right now he's put Tanner off the stretch against Paul Goldschmidt, who goes up hacking and hitting one into the upper deck.
Big noise now sign on the scoreboard. Let me get settled in my seat and have a sip of my beer first. It's too early for that, don't you think? Right out of the gate.
Noise and scream on the bullpen, or I mean on the scoreboard.
I mean,
you have to tell the fans when to make noise.
7th inning rally, yeah, okay.
Yeah. That is a busted bat, and that would qualify as severe damage because it has an out attached to it. 2 down. Tanner really a good job of sawing off Goldschmidt. AJ Pollock is next. .308 batting average, 8th in the league, 2nd in homers. Javi Baez of the Cubs, 1 more RBI than his 32. And after being the player of the month for April, he hasn't stopped. Hitting .364 now, with about a week and a half worth of games this month and about the last week of April, all adding up to that.
I remember when we first saw AJ play center field a few years back. We're like, this guy can really go get him. Got some good speed. I thought of him more as a leadoff hitter, not a number 4 hitter. But he's done his fair share of damage so far this year. Impressive player, but now starting to fill out and drive the baseball.
Yeah, 39 career home runs coming into this season. 14 last year. All banged up 2 years ago.
Don't you love that view? I mean, it's like you're hitting. That's pretty cool. Don't usually have a camera down there that low, but it's putting you right in the batter's box. Give you an idea how quick that fastball gets there.
Pollock, 287 career against Washington. Phillies already won today. Braves winning big at Miami. Right now those two teams are tied for first. All the Nats can do is take care of their business, keep playing well, and things will take care of themselves for Davey Martinez club. 2 over 500 and 2.5 back of those clubs entering today's action. Left side of the infield really playing to pull. And Roark drops one under Pollock's bat to strike him out. First K. Each team gets a first inning single. 4-game series underway in Arizona.
Sharp in the stands tonight. You can join us for the Youth Baseball and Softball Day. That's presented by Inova Children's Hospital, May 20th. Represent your little league. You can walk around on the warning track during the pregame parade. Run the bases after the game. Dodgers Nats. For tickets, visit nationals.com.
Howie Kendrick didn't like strike one in the top of the second. 4 for 17. Career against Zach Greinke. He got that fastball and rode it to right, but Souza Jr. is there. Good to see Steven back playing for the D-backs after coming over from Tampa Bay.
Number 32,
Had some really good years with the Rays. And here's Matt Wieters, followed by Michael A. Taylor. Tanner Roark batting 8th tonight. There's nobody there on the shift. A slow roller for a base hit. Diamondbacks overloaded the right side, and Matt Wieters is limping after he rounded first base.
Oh no. That's either low hamstring or knee, and neither one are good. Boy, he kind of twisted his knee all funny coming around the base. He was going hard. He rounded the base hard. He was looking like he was thinking about two. He's been hustling all over the place this year. Watch him after he touches the base. I think it's the first or second step after he hits the base right. There. Ooh.
Pitch runner for Matt Wieters, number 29, Pedro Severino.
Pedro Severino has to run and come in to catch.
That's a tough dude there, and if he's getting helped off like that, it's not good.
Michael A. Taylor batted leadoff last night in San Diego, had an infield hit in 4 trips. Matt Wieters had just hit safely in 6 starts consecutively. Before that happened, rounding the bag, and he's heading for the clubhouse. Well blocked by the veteran catcher, Jeff Mathis.
The skipper can't wait for Michael A. to get going and get hot again. Like sitting here.
Yeah, one of the most memorable swings of his career in this ballpark.
Yeah.
Under very unusual circumstances, and you probably already know what we talk about, you Nats fans who follow things so closely, but we'll show it all to you as we move through this evening. Taylor 1 for 5 against Greinke.
Thought it was a strike.
Yes, he did. Mercedes-Benz pitch cast.
Tried to run it back. Fastball away. Not close.
Target in.
So I Googled grunting in tennis. And did you know that in 1988, Ivan Lendl complained about Andre Agassi grunting on big shots, that it threw off his timing? I wonder, the reason I'm saying that is if a hitter could say, hey, tell him to zip it. This is throwing off my timing. He grunts at the end of the game, but there's usually noise that you can't hear. It's pretty quiet in here.
3-2, runner holding, swing and a miss. When you're talking cars, you're talking Coons, league leaders now, as we talk rankings and pitching. So the D-backs, opponent's batting average just ahead of the Nats. OPS, strikeouts per 9, walks, hits per innings pitched, and strikeouts. You know the Nats are going to be first with Max Scherzer leading the way, but they got some strikeout guys, and Patrick Corbin and Robbie Ray. 10 in a row are 2 for 14 this year. That is a nasty slider.
You're talking about, you know, losing your catcher in the second inning. There's your last catcher right now. So well, hopefully nothing happens to Pedro, but we got a long way to go in this one. And I wonder who the emergency catcher is. Is it the right fielder?
I pointed to him in my scorebook. He used to make noise about wanting to catch early in his career. Tanner Roark strikes out. Remember Steven Souza Jr. and what he did on the last day of a certain season? We'll revisit some Nats history coming back. And a ball driven to left center. Souza. He's got it! He's got it! It's a no-hitter for Jordan Zimmerman!
Total domination all day long from Jordan Zimmerman, and it ends on the most unbelievable play you could possibly imagine. There's so many good memories from that as you look at Steven Souza Jr., all the substitutions, the last game of the year, Christian Yelich hitting that ball in the gap. Me thinking I jinxed it because I was over your shoulder with my cell phone recording your call right there, which I still have on my cell phone. And then everybody going nuts, and just an amazing day at the ballpark, and everyone there will never forget it. I know I won't.
It was the last out of the season, and Jordan Zimmerman and Wilson Ramos were the only starters still on the field in the ninth inning of that late September game, when all the call-ups and some of the bench guys were playing. It was amazing. First ever Nats no-hitter. Pedro Severino now in to catch. Bottom of the second, Steven Souza Jr. has been back for 5 games. He's 2 for 15. He had 23 at-bats for the Nats the year of that catch, with just 3 hits. Hit a couple of solo home runs. There is his 2014 after he had 350 at Syracuse.
Yeah, and that's the same guy that made that catch you just saw is the same guy that for the Rays last year dove for a ball 40 feet from him in Yankee Stadium. It wasn't near it. Remember that one?
Yeah.
We like Steven. He was a good Nat and a great guy to be around.
28 years of age now. 239 career hitter with 65 home runs and 169 RBIs. 0 for 3 career against Tanner Roark.
Another little side note, Dave Martinez only has a few bench players left now. Not a big bench to start. Looks like he's only got 3 left on my card.
Yep. Because the Nats have an 8-man bullpen. This one popped up right center. So Bryce takes care of that. 3 in a row for Roark.
We heard it through the grapevine that you want to celebrate the 60s at the first of 5 decade nights. That's presented by Budweiser on Saturday, May 19th. The Nats will be California dreaming for a win against the Dodgers at 7:05 with groovy fun at the ballpark, including a pregame concert by New Monopoly. Visit Nationals.com. I did not write that, but it'll still be a fun night at the Yard. I guarantee you that. 60s night, Carp. Come on, let's go.
Be a hard day's night. Here's Marte hitting .214. And a ball ripped to the right side. Howie Kendrick calmly picks it up, 2 down. Tanner Roark's second ground ball out.
All right, as you enjoy Miller Lite before you hit the hay, look forward to the whole true moment later in the ball game. I think we should dress up for 60s night.
Some of us may not have to that much. I do have a memory of a 60s night, I think, in '07, when a bunch of broadcasters in the Masson booth had tie-dyed shirts, headbands, a guitar made its way to the ballpark. So it'll be fun to do another modern version of that. Nick Ahmed, the hitter. 364 career against the Nats.
He's ready to catch. Look at him.
There's your answer, ladies and gentlemen.
Always ready. You know, new coaching staff probably went up and down the bench and said, have you ever caught before? Have you ever caught before? Hey, have you ever caught before? I don't know. I know the right fielder's caught before. He used to be really good at it.
Yeah. It's like Wilmer's catching a simulated game over there.
In his mind.
Up the middle, Trey Turner coming forward and cutting over, plenty of time, and he gets Nick Ahmed. 1, 2, 3 for Tanner Roark. Retired 6 of 7. Cool your jets, Wilmer.
Look who's coming to town. The Yankees, Dodgers, Padres. We'll be there. Zim will be there. We can't wait to see you guys. Go to nationals.com to get your tickets.
So for the Nats, Turner and Wieters base hits. Descalso for the D-backs. Experience the power and toughness of Ram at your local dealer, and log on to ramtrucks.com to get to work. Guts Glory Ram. Stevenson, Harper, Turner. 9, 1 and 2. Andrew has started 5 games since his recall. He's had at least 1 hit in all 5 of those, and of course had the big game 2 weeks ago at AT&T Park. 9 for 27.
Had that sweet 11-pitch sac fly off the bench the other night in San Diego where Ryan tagged up on a medium fly ball and scored for him. Got him a no at bat and an RBI.
He gets to see Zach Greinke for the first time. Two and one. D-backs are 24-12. They have a 3.5 game lead on the Rockies. In the West, they're 13-6 here, 11-6 on the road, and Torey Lovullo's team is 16-8 in the division. 24 games in their division already. Now it's time for the Lowe's whole team together. Yeah, it's a team sport, even though the individual moments of a player walking up to hit take place every night. So the walks, Bryce Harper, far and away #1. Trey Turner is 4th in the league with his 24.
Well, Bryce has walked 28 times against right-handers this year. That's the highest in baseball.
And this one pops straight up by Bryce Harper. Third baseman Descalso, quick out, 2 down. Turner next.
Shortstop, Trey Turner.
Boy, if you don't like looking at your stats, and a lot of players don't, you can't help it here. See Trey going in the box, what he looked at? Look at center field. I mean, you get in the box, and there you are on the scoreboard. And there's your numbers.
Oh, man.
Right in front of you. I mean, it's not even off to the side. You know, some places, Carp, you have to kind of peek to see what you're hitting. Sometimes you don't like to look at it during the game, but here at Chase Field, it's right in front of you. I'm hitting 267, 39 hits, 12 bags, 57.
And have I really been in the league for 3 years now? Wow. 1-1 to Turner. Spots that big curveball and takes it 2-1. Braves had just completed their 8-2 win at Miami. So Atlanta 22-14. Phillies 23-15. Deadlocked in the Nats, chasing both. 3 games back with their wins tonight. And it's in there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nissan pitch cast.
Change up. Might have been a fastball. Change up's 86, fastball's 89. You guess.
Yeah. Turner the other way, and Ketel Marte. That's it for the Nats. 2 pitchers, Greinke and Roark, rolling early in the desert.
in the Valley of the Sun. An update for you on Adam Eaton, who's been out for over a month now and actually had arthroscopic surgery earlier today to repair a cartilage tear in his left ankle. It started out as an exploratory surgery, one that Eaton and the Nats wanted because 2 MRIs and 1 bone scan didn't show the issue initially, but the arthroscopic surgery revealed a tear in the cartilage flap in Eaton's ankle, which the Nats think happened when Eaton had that awkward slide into home back on April 5th. Discomfort just kept persisting over the last month, guys, so he tried to start running again and it would flare up. The plan from here is Eaton will be immobilized for a week, then in a walking boot, and then we'll build up from there. No timetable on a return, but the Nationals do feel this season is a very real possibility.
Yeah, he had walked and scored in the 3rd inning of that game. Was in there for a while. Brian Goodwin eventually replaced him. Our best to Adam, and hopefully this is the beginning of the end for the injury prognosis and then starting to work on it and get back sometime. We just really miss that guy, and at least now they know what it was and it surgically has been corrected.
Yeah, he told me he could run a straight line, he was fine, and the next day he just couldn't do anything with it. So another rehab for Adam Eaton. That's tough, man. We feel for you, brother. Get better soon.
Swing and a miss. 2 Ks for Tanner Roark. Let's go back to April 5th on that slide.
Remember, he scored from first on Anthony Rendon's double. Kind of an awkward turnaround third, too, before he did this. And you see the cleat catch right there. And well, we wish him well. Another rehab. I mean, that's not easy. But if anybody can do it, he can do it. And there's been some guys doing a nice job filling in the meantime.
There's one of them who's been in left field. Adams at first tonight. Andrew Stevenson out there. And not only guys like Adams who've been around for a while, but guys like Andrew Stevenson getting a chance to do some really significant things, helping their ball club at the big league level. Zach Greinke can hack. He's 3 for 12. He's at 6 career home runs. 218 career batting. Out to short, and Trey Turner with the pitcher running can lay back and flip it over there to Matt Adams. First time around the order against Tanner Roark. The D-backs go 1 for 9 with the Descalso single up the middle. Second batter of the game for now. David Peralta will be next. And if you're okay, he's going to take his time getting up there. He was in the batter's box, and now he steps out and hangs for a while as Greinke now just strolls into their dugout. Ground ball to Kendrick first time. You know, on 3-1, Peralta did not get a fastball, did he?
Big hook here from Tanner. Starts high, finishes low.
Mercedes-Benz pitch cast.
The only guys that throw 3-1 fastballs anymore are mid-90s and above. And then even they don't do it sometimes.
Another breaking ball. Slow roller. Looks like a hit. Anthony Rendon doing all he could, but Peralta too fast. D-backs have their second base hit.
walking him and then put it in play. Putting the ball in play with 2 strikes in today's game is a big deal. Got himself a base hit.
Peralta doesn't run much, 1 for 1. D-backs as a rule, though, from top to bottom, a pretty good running team. 22 steals, 5th in the league. They've got a contact guy in there, in Daniel Descalso, who did just that. Base hit up the middle first time, and Roark a throw over. Runner holding. Good fastball. Crackling to the outside edge for a strike. 40 pitch mark. 14 in the first, 11 in the second. And still working in a good rhythm and a good economic pace so far here. Howie to pull. Turner shaded up the middle. And a fly ball pulled. Bryce Harper on his way. And that's it. 3 really good innings by Roark and Greinke. Anthony Rendon will lead off top 4 middle innings upon us.
Arizona Diamondbacks. Let's go back to last night at Petco Park, home of lots of dogs. Last night, Anthony Rendon went deep in the 4th inning. That was a far one, over 450 feet, right, Carp? And
wow.
A bomb into the night in San Diego. DC Lexus dealers donated $250 for that bomb to the Children's National Health System, and they'll do it for the first 200 home runs that the Nats hit this year. Lexus experience amazing.
Yeah, with the hop, 450.
I like to always count that first hop. Don't let the facts get in the way of a good story.
It was a 21-foot hop. He hit it 429 in the air.
That's where I measured it.
All is well. It's on the edge. 4th inning underway. Down, but a strike. Mathis was set off a little bit further out. Had to move the mitt just a little to his left. And the 0-2 now. I mean, Anthony Rendon doesn't even flinch on a nasty 0-2 pitch. swing and a miss. And for Greinke, his third strikeout. All right, here's your next 5, and we'll have 4 of them for you. Max Scherzer, right-hander Matt Cook tomorrow night. Saturday, Steven Strasburg. D-backs haven't announced their pitcher. Jeremy Hellickson, Zach Godley for the ESPN game Sunday night. And there are the 2 Tuesday and Wednesday with the Pinstripers coming from the Bronx. Right now, they're trailing the Red Sox at home 4-0 in the 7th. Yankees have won 8 in a row. Here's Matt Adams. Into the shift. A right side ground ball for the shortstop, Nick Ahmed, first time.
Talking to some scouts before the game, former Phillies manager Pete McCannon's here. We were talking about how the shifts have kind of decreased the hits in Major League Baseball. Now, there's so many no-hitters now because everyone knows where you're going to hit the baseball. The data is so precise. There's a 21.7% of plate appearances result in hits this year. That's the lowest since 1968 in the big leagues.
And we know what year that was, when nobody could score. Bob Gibson had a 1.12 ERA, and they ended up lowering the mound because of 1968.
There's been 28 no-hitters through 5 innings this year and 20 through 6. That's the most ever at this point of the season.
Matt Adams launching one, hooking, short and foul. Here's a good question that'll be answered months from now. How high of a batting average will it take to win a batting title with all this stuff going on?
Well, that's why you have launch angle, but I think you're seeing no-hitters because guys are striking out. They're not putting the ball in play with 2 strikes. You have the aforementioned shifts, and pitchers know they're not going 3 times through the order, so they can blow it out for 5 innings. They don't have to pace themselves for the 3rd time through.
Yeah. Adams launches one the other way. Peralta is there. And yeah, I think we're seeing the effects of the humidor in this ballpark.
Yeah.
I mean, that looked like a home run in years past with the roof closed in this joint.
Second baseman, Howie Kendrick.
Well, there's something wrong when I look at the league stat sheet every day and I see the Colorado Rockies hitting .228.
I mean, I saw all this on an article. If you're into this kind of thing, Ben Lindbergh wrote it on a site called The Ringer, and it's got all kinds of statistical data to back up why there's so many near no-hitters this year so far and why people just aren't getting hits. I mean, the day of choking up and putting one in the play with 2 strikes to break up the no-hitter, right? Shortening up, flaring one to left, just trying to put it in play, being I'm the guy that's going to break. I mean, the launch angles, everyone trying to hit it over the shifts, big swings with 2 strikes. If you do hit it on the ground, they know where you're playing. Pitchers blowing it out for 5 and giving it up to the bullpen because they know, not their fault, they know they're coming out. A lot of reasons. Interesting stuff if you like that kind of thing. You should give it a read. It's good.
Fastball to Howie Kendrick upstairs. Zach Greinke has the lowest career ERA against our ball club of anybody in baseball. 1.49 coming in. It's on the way down as well. And being a tough customer right now. Target in.
Good take, just a hair low.
Howie came in .333 last 15 games. He and Trey Turner have the most at bats in the ball club. Big curveball for the strikeout. Greinke 2 in the inning, 4 on the night, and the 4th inning of Nationals baseball is brought to you by the all-wheel drive RAV4. Toyota, what drives you? Visit buyatoyota.com for great deals.
for heroes, because no matter where you serve or when you served, we stand ready to serve all military families.
Not a whole lot of time warming up, throwing the ball around before innings tonight. Pitchers can't wait to get back to work, and Tanner is ready for his fourth inning. Paul Goldschmidt first up, and he hits a drive to center. Taylor. And I'm telling you, this ballpark has never played like we're seeing it tonight.
See, if I'm Paul Goldschmidt, I go in the clubhouse. I find the humidor. I rip it out of the wall. I take my bat and I beat it up until all the baseballs that were ever in it are never in it anymore, because he can't hit a ball better than that. Tanner Roark loves it. The Nats love it.
Yeah.
But you can't square up a ball any better than that. And it's had a funny sound. Matt Adams' ball kind of had a dead sound to it. Goldschmidt's had a dead sound to it. You know, we're used to hearing those home runs. They kind of ring our ears with our headsets on when you hit them right, and those sounded weird.
Yeah, you would think Adams and Goldschmidt would have this game tied at 1 right now. AJ Pollock struck out swinging first time. This is not a ballpark traditionally where a hitter would be in there and the pitcher would say, here's my fastball, see what you can do with it.
Right.
You had to trick guys here to keep them from centering the ball because it was going. Really hitter friendly. If you pull the ball, the fences aren't that high. Gaps aren't that deep. That ball is stung to right, and Bryce Harper makes the play, moving backwards toward the wall.
AJ Pollock hit first base and fell hard. So another ball that you've seen kind of get out of here in the past. Bryce Harper makes a nice play and a fantastic adjustment at the end.
Right field.
Look at him kind of open his hips up. The ball was tailing back toward the line. Hits the pole fairly hard. Nice play by Bryce Harper. And then AJ Pollock slipped on the bag. Did you see that? Does he have plastic spikes on? He does. I swear those plastic spikes are good for comfort, but around the base they can be deadly. Matt Wieters kind of lost his footing in the dirt past the bag. Pollock slipped right on top of the bag. There's no humidity here either. Those bags aren't wet.
No. Two loud long outs. Souza hit a fly ball to Harper first time. Big curveball. That's a great pitch for Tanner, because some umpires have a hard time staying with a curveball that ends up in that location and then raising their right arm. Fastball right side.
So metal cleats, for those of you who don't know, they kind of stick into the bag when you hit it. You know, you can feel your metal cleats kind of sink into the base. The plastic cleats kind of stay above the base. See, those are steel right there. Those are gonna grip the base when you go around. The plastic ones, Carp, they're molded like the metal ones, but they just stay on top of the base. And
Yeah.
I was never comfortable wearing them. Guys will tell you when you play 162 that the plastic ones are easier on your knees, easier on your legs. But if you want to dig in the box, there's nothing like steel cleats. And rounding the bases.
Fastball paint. Inning over. Souza looking back at Mark Ripperger, and Tanner Roark is rolling. 3 Ks. Greinke has 4.
I don't really think of this place and pitchers duels in the same sentence, but tonight both guys got it going on. Zach Greinke just a couple of hits, 5 strikeouts. Tanner Roark is matching him. He's given up just a couple of hits with 3 strikeouts. So both pitchers on point. I love that camera angle right there. We can't show that enough. Geico, 15 minutes can save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save.
Top of the 5th. First at bat for Pedro Severino. Ran for Matt Wieters back in the 2nd. Matt singled and then pulled up hurt beyond the bag. Oh, 2. And Greinke. Very good fielder for the first out. 3 gold gloves in a row, 14, 15, and 16. He's won a Silver Slugger. Mentioned the All-Star berths and the Cy Youngs. All around ace type of pitcher, and here's Michael A. Taylor.
Justin Bieber look-alike 3 years in a row. He's got that statue going for him.
I think that we talked about 60s night. I think the Yankee song "I'm a Belieber" was from the 60s. Now it's 2 strikes on Michael A.
Michael A is going to get hot, and when he does, it's going to be fun. But right now, he's struggling, and it's just a fact. He'll figure it out. He will. He's too good not to.
Fastball took it the other way. In between for Marte. Able to stay with it. 2 now.
It's a good at-bat. Nice job with 2 strikes.
No better time to act than today. PNC Minor League Insights make today the day, and Juan Soto promoted to Harrisburg, of course. So tonight all he does is get hits. Double, homer, drives in 4, 7 homers his last 10 games. Juan Soto, unbelievable what he's doing.
He's ready. Call him up. I'll tell you what, this is our 8th year together. The only other minor leaguer I heard more about since I've been here is Bryce Harper.
Yeah, and Bryce's time in the minors real short.
This guy's making it happen. He's making the organization make decisions to promote him based on his play, and that's how you do it.
And Tanner Roark, a fly ball to right. Steven Souza Jr. 4 total hits in the game. Halfway through, no score.
Tanner Roark struck out 11 Diamondbacks. Remember, he struck out 15 against the Twins. That was his career high. But he was locked in that night. If I remember right, it was about the curveball and the slider. You see there's a slider, there's a fastball, and there's another curveball and a changeup. But he was good last year, and so far so good here tonight. Last year he had his red jersey on, this year's gray.
And tonight's line, without as many strikeouts, has a chance to be better. So he came in against the D-backs in this ballpark 2-0 with a 2.05 in 3 starts, 4 games total. And he's given them nothing on 3 strikeouts and 2 singles so far, one of those on the infield.
You just can't get breakdown like that anywhere. Can't teach that.
Ketel Marte, Nick Ahmed, Jeff Mathis, 6, 7, 8 for Arizona. So just under 70% strikes. Marte bouncing ball to Howie Kendrick. First time up.
Hey, if you're Tanner, though, in all seriousness, you see a ball like Goldschmidt hit, not get out of here, that's got to make you feel good, right? Like, okay, maybe I don't have to be so fine here. Pop-ups used to go out of this place. We used to liken it to Coors Field.
Yeah.
I'm sticking to there would be 3 home runs tonight without the humidor.
This ballpark's been in the news lately. Diamondbacks have been given permission to leave this yard before their lease is up if they so choose to build a new ballpark east of here in a different part of town, more suburban than downtown Phoenix. And this place opened in '98 and a lot of controversy back then because the voters really didn't vote for the ballpark. It kind of got pushed through. Diamondbacks had to pay everything over, I think, the $250 million projected cost. And it was way over that, and it put them in a financial hole from really the first day they were in this place. It's a great ballpark, fantastic for the desert. Looks like a giant airplane hangar from outside. 78 degrees on a night like this, we'll take it. But they could be on the move if they get a stadium deal put together in the next couple of years. So Marte's aboard. Nick Ahmed, the shortstop, is next.
You know, all that stuff you just said was very interesting and informative, but they have a bullpen cart, and that's all I took from that whole thing you just said. They have a bullpen cart.
You took something I didn't say, so that's good.
Oh, they showed it.
Cool. I bet the carts go with them.
It's only been used once by Colin McHugh.
So a pitcher optional, huh?
Yes.
And, you know, back in the days of AstroTurf, where vehicles could ride all over the ballpark and not do any damage, a lot of teams had the bullpen cars. That's low and in to Nick Ahmed, who bounced out to Turner first time up.
And he pitched an inning and 1/3 scoreless, so maybe more relievers be lining up to get in the golf cart.
As long as it is environmentally friendly, energy efficient, I think it's great.
Really? I think it said double exhaust, blowing smoke everywhere and going 95 miles an hour and locking them up doing a lawn job on the infield. That would be exciting.
Indoors, I don't think so. But it's a big place. A lot of air can escape here. Pretty good sinking heater, it appeared, from Tanner Roark, 1-1. Well, if the Nats do their job, we'll see the cart sometime in this series. As mentioned, starters and bullpen put together. D-backs have the best pitching staff in the league. Nats right there with them for starters. In fact, #1 for starters. And they've got a lockdown bullpen, and they've really used it well. No swing, says Joe West in his 41st year. The crew chief down there at first base.
Tanner Roark has induced 4 double plays to right-handed batters in 10 opportunities. That 40% rate is the best in the big leagues. I'd love to have one right here.
Ahmed's hit into more double plays than any other D-back. Two and one.
Got a lot going on. See if Torey Lovello decides to start Marte at first.
That's where every base runner has been stranded in this game. Runner holding, it's in there, 3-2.
What I just said again.
Yeah. Deep short. Turner. Long throw right on target to Matt Adams. And then Marte got to second and really had no designs on going to third. Trey made that such a strong throw.
I mean, that's a wild play, going away from the action, jumping in the air and throwing across your body and with something on it. Look at this play by Trey Turner. Doesn't get much better than that. That's a big league out right there. So from one shortstop to another, Nick Ahmed can pick it, Trey Turner can pick it, and he gets him by a step and a half with a strong throw. Impressive.
Here's the catcher, Jeff Mathis.
Switch up the signs. Maybe go over the signs. They probably didn't go over this, right? What are we using with the runner on second? Looking at my scorecard, and that's the first time there's been a runner on second since Pedro's come into the game.
Good looking fastball. Ball one.
Maybe the first pitch all night. Tanner left sitting up there. Been real sharp in the bottom half of the zone with all of his pitches.
Smothered by Severino.
That was a great shot, not of just Tanner Roark, but of Ketel Marte on second base. Did you see what he was doing as leadoff? He's kind of leaning back towards second base with his head. As soon as Pedro Severino jumped outside, he kind of gave a little lean with his head, kind of going back towards second as if to say, hey, they're setting up outside. So not only can you see the pitcher, check out the runner right there, and you can tell, is he relaying location? Is he relaying signs? Didn't do anything there because they didn't set up outside. Did you see that? It's just a little thing. I watch every game out of habit. I'm seeing every runner relaying signs, relaying location. It's just an old habit for me. But in that shot right there behind home plate, you can see it plain as day. It's a fun little game inside the game. See him staring? He's a middle infielder. He probably already knows. Watch his body language. Didn't do anything because he set up middle.
Fly ball to Harper. Marte back to the bag. Not going anywhere against that arm. Bryce hits Turner, the cutoff man, and now it's the pitchers dueling. Greinke ground ball to short. First time up.
There's certain things, Carper, you learn as a player that you just can't unsee. That's one of them. I just look out there, you can tell what guys are doing. Wouldn't do it to Greinke. There's no percentage or reason to relay location to a pitcher. Number one, he's not looking. He doesn't play every day. And number two, you don't want to give it away here.
So he doubles up on the hook and got the second one in there. Nissan pitch cast.
I feel like the more we see that, anything that touches the line is a strike. I feel like tennis.
You've referenced tennis a few times tonight.
Have I?
From grunts to line calls. That's FP. I'm Bob. Dan here with us. The Nats on a 2-1 trip so far. First of 4 here. There's a strike, running back. By the time the Nationals finish up with the D-backs on Sunday, they will have played 20 games against the West. 15 against the East. And of course the Dodgers are coming in next week, and so are the Padres. And Greinke fighting to stay alive on the breaking ball. That's a base hit to left. And Zach Greinke, with his 23rd career RBI, puts his team on top.
He's always been a good hitting pitcher, and he just helped him out. Helped himself out, excuse me, big time. Little slider right there from Tanner, just kind of rolled to the outer half, and Greinke, even though he was fooled by the speed, kept the bat in the zone a long time. So that's a case of you got a bat, do something. Zach Greinke did.
Top of the order, David Peralta. Zinke stealing, at least trying, and he's safe. He was not being held on. He got off to a walking lead and kept on going.
Yeah, Matt Adams playing behind him, and Greinke said, if you're not going to hold me, I'm just going to go. That's one where Matt's got to yell, step off. Maybe he did, and maybe Tanner didn't hear him, but, or maybe it's just too late. Either way, did Greinke come off the base? They held play for a second. He did it. First stolen base of the year for Zach.
6th of his career. Here's Peralta. Well, that woke up the crowd. Pretty good gathering tonight. Diamondbacks are averaging just under 27,000. The Nats just over 27. So they are 10th in the league in average attendance in this huge ballpark that seats 48,000. Swing and a miss on a pitch up. To the right side, Howie Kendrick backing up. Plenty of time. Inning over. Marte, Greinke team up for a 1-0 lead. Tanner Roark and Zach Greinke dominating, especially Greinke now. Hasn't given up a run, only a couple of hits by the Nats. Nobody for Washington reaching second base. Matt Wieters lost earlier in the game. They do not tell us about injuries till after the game. Hopefully not bad news about Matt Wieters. And Bat's kind of quiet the last couple of nights. Shut down other than a Rendon swing in San Diego last night, and Greinke pretty strong here.
Yeah, time for Andrew Stevenson to get things going right now. Got scored a win, so the Diamondbacks scored a run. Now you answer right here. So Wilmer Defoe's so valuable in that 9 spot, getting on, so you have to pitch to Bryce. So Andrew Stevenson with a big at-bat right now. He gets on, they have to pitch to Bryce. So he's had a couple good at-bats tonight. Bryce Harper, we'll see.
9, 1, and 2 with Stevenson starting things off. I heard that music and thought we were back on the beach in San Diego. Top 6. Greinke, great ratio and good economy so far in his first 5 innings. 64 pitches, 47 strikes. So it's now 66 over 49. Tanner having a good night. He just needs some support.
Speaking of the beach in San Diego, the boys all wore Hawaiian shirts last night on the plane. Beach attire. Took a big picture before we got on the airplane. It was good to see them all having fun, playing some Beach Boys music.
Nasty diving late slider And the second time around the order, the Nationals go 0 for 9.
It's time for some Verizon Exmo. Bryce Harper. His base hit his first time up, getting on top, rolling the wrist, dropping it in front of Steven Souza Jr. So first at bat, base hit. He hit one here last year that's still going, by the way. Maybe one of the longest Bryce Harper home runs we've ever seen.
Yeah, up in the concourse, right center, where people go walking by.
Yeah, over the pool. Or the pond. Pond would be good for you. Taken all the way. Both pitches. He's not even interested in swinging. Be hacking here, though, I think.
12 home runs, 28 batted in, still in the top 3 in RBIs. Still first in home runs, National League. Mookie Betts of Boston has 13. Joey Gallo, Mike Trout starting the day with 12 in the other league. So Bryce up there with the top sluggers.
He was taken all the way 2-0.
And he drills one to left center. That is going to stay in the yard. Peralta has it. 2 down. Man, they have changed this ballpark with that humidor.
Shortstop, Trey Turner.
I mean, you really can't complain about the results. They're 24 and 12, 3.5 up in the West. That might have been just off the sweet spot. He still hit it great. So 2 good at bats by Bryce tonight. Base hit his first time, and that one to the track.
Yeah, you've got guys hitting shots, and outfielders are stopped and waiting for the ball. Here's Turner. One. Bryce Harper led off the game with a base hit, never left first base. Matt Wieters hurt after his single in the second. Since then, Zach Greinke is not allowed a base runner. Really pulling the string on Turner there. So 13 in a row. Reaching for it. Marte. Ooh. By a step. Nats shut down on 2 singles through 6 by Zach Greinke.
AT are teaming up for Kids Superhero Cape Giveaway Day. Dodgers in town, 1:35 start. First 10,000 kids ages 12 and under get a cape, and then you run around the bases after the game. Go to nationals.com, get some tickets for that one.
Daniel Descalso, 1 for 2.
I would have guessed higher than 17,000 tonight. It's
Yeah.
a decent crowd.
Must not be anybody sitting above us. It's a huge yard. Capacity over 48,000, as I mentioned. Tanner Roark, even elevated, had some serious run back on that fastball. Mercedes-Benz pitch cast.
Clearly in the box. Ovi's here. Came out to check this out before he leaves for Tampa. I think they left today, but he decided to come here. That's cool. What's up, Ovi? Nice going. Keep it up. Don't stop now. One day closer to the parade.
That's a busted bat. Matt Adams will take care of it unassisted. Goldschmidt next. Tanner not due to bat for a while, so he can just keep on doing his thing and try to keep it 1-0. The damaging single, the Marte one, leading off the 5th. Then 2 outs later, Greinke to left. Goldschmidt a pop up to short, fly ball to center.
The report is he's been swinging through a lot of pitches, and last time up he didn't.
Well, the report is correct. Coming into tonight, 3rd in the league in strikeouts with 46. Behind Yoenis Cespedes and Trevor Story, each with 48.
Tell you what, if I played in a ballpark for a number of years and they changed something on me, it would rattle me as a hitter. It would make me think about changing my swing.
Goldschmidt went 2 for 9 at Nationals Park when they won 2 out of 3. Fastball rides high and pretty much overmatched him. Tanner Roark, strikeout number 4.
Even the best hitters getting funks every once in a while, and it seems like Paul Goldschmidt is. Although he squared up the ball last time, you rarely see him chase high like that. By design, good pitch. Nicely done.
A.J. Pollock robbed on a good play by Bryce Harper last time, struck out in the 1st. Talking about Matt Wieters and Pete Kurzel of Masson on our staff, tweeting that right now Jonathan Solano's on the 60-day DL. Former D-back Tuffy Gozowicz recently signed with AAA Syracuse, and of course Rowdy Reed is suspended, so there's not a lot of catching in the organization right now. If Matt would not be able to stay active, we certainly hope he will. More to find out after the game. PNC Bank with the shift. Starting to see more and more on right-handed batters. Huge shot off the end of the stick. Adams, another unassisted play, and Tanner Roark is on a roll himself. So it's Rendon, Adams, and Howie straight ahead, 1-0 game. Presented by authority of the Washington Nationals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals. Here at their yard, you can get it with caramel, you can get it kettle corn, you can get it with some butter like I had before the game. I had no intention of buying popcorn, and the aroma got me on the concourse.
It's like when you go to the movies, same thing.
Yeah. Top 7. This movie's getting late. Anthony Rendon, a high fly ball to left. Peralta halfway onto the track. $15 in a row for Zach Greinke.
That ball had some carry to it. Darn near tied it up. It took Peralta, what, a step from the fence, and I thought that was a routine fly to left.
Here's Matt Adams. Ground ball right side into the shift, and a fly ball to deep left. And we thought had a chance to get out of here back in the 4th. So the Nats 1 run in the last 15 innings since they scored in the 9th inning Tuesday night to top off a 4-0 win at San Diego. Anthony Rendon's homer, the only run last night. Target in. Adams will pop it up left side. That's Descalso. Left to Nolan on the left side on the shift. Foul ball, 2 outs.
I thought might be the Masson read. The Potomac Nationals are back in town for midweek series with the Salem Red Sox. That's Tuesday, May 15th through Thursday, the 17th. All kinds of fun stuff as usual going on down there. So go to the website, call the number on your screen consistently all night long.
Howie Kendrick taking all the way. Fly ball to right, swinging strikeout.
Start doing some research on 1-0 games in the history of this ballpark. Can't imagine there's too many.
You would think Randy Johnson or Kurt Schilling might have been on the mound,
maybe,
if there are any.
Right, good call.
One on a heater up. Howie had a good rip. Now Greinke 1 strike away from getting this game to the 7th inning stretch. D-backs in their original colors tonight. The desert shades of purple with some green and gold trim. And Howie Kendrick hits one a mile out to right center. Caught by the diving Souza. Then he dropped it. Wow, that had shades of something when I saw that go into his glove. But he hit the ground hard, and Steven Souza has been hurt with that right pectoral muscle because of plays like that.
Remember, he almost decapitated himself in Atlanta one night going up against the wall. And he took a huge divot out of right center field, landed and just stuck. So let's check it out again. How he hit this one might have been in the pool last year. Humidor in effect. Good effort by Souza Jr. The ball just squirts loose. I mean, you talk about laying out. Then he just hit hard, couldn't tuck the ball underneath him, and it just comes out. Now Pedro Severino hit the ball hard last time up. Has a chance to tie this thing up or more.
Yeah, and I think the battery and their shortstop are giving their right fielder a chance to gather himself out there.
We talk about laying out, selling out, total disregard for your body. First of all, great swing by Howie Kendrick. And he had it for a while, right? I'll show you it on the Verizon Expo. Watch, he has this for, I mean, he hits, it's still in there. He rolls right here, and then it pops out. Howie'll take it, Nats will take it.
Howie Kendrick, 13th double of the year. Severino, the hitter. He hit the ball hard on Greinke first time up, and it was right back through the box, and Zach made the play.
100% fiber optic network means more speed for more devices at once. Visit getfios.com.
I still remember the sound the night he hit the top of the right field wall at Turner Field. Trying to bring back a home run. Severino fouls it. Now his battle begins 0-2. Great in situations like this.
That ball was hit well.
And he had him reaching on 0-2. That was a big pitch by Greinke. Goldschmidt catches it. The Nats still shut out. They've stranded 3 tonight.
Souza Jr. set to lead off for the Diamondbacks here in the 7th. Sold out defensively last half inning. Now he's going to lead off. I caught up with Souza earlier today, just after he'd finished a hitting drill. He has a coach throw him squishy golf-sized balls from about 30 feet and throws them as hard as he can. It's a drill he actually learned when he was in the Nats minor league system. The idea being that baseball really the only sport where you don't practice at full game speed. You never really face 95-mile-an-hour fastballs in BP or in the cage. So to try and replicate that, Souza does this drill and does it wearing vision-limiting goggles just to further train his brain on picking up a baseball at high velocity, something he learned with the Nats years ago and still doing it now with the Diamondbacks, guys.
Well, if he's healthy, he's a good slugger.
He's hobbling around right now, though.
He is. Fly ball to right, took the 3rd strike in the 4th. Tanner Roark is due to bat 2nd in the top of the 8th. He's already gone 7 a couple of times this year. First start at Atlanta, Nats won 8-1. 4th start at the Mets, Nats lost 11-5, but he only gave up 2 runs in 7 innings. And then he beat the Pirates 3-2 on April 30th, going 7 at Nationals Park. So Tanner Roark has been durable this year. Sean Kelly. John Kelly got 1 out on 3 pitches in San Diego last night to finish things up. Three and 1 to Souza. Yeah, he was all in on the heater and he got the change. Nissan on the pitch cast.
Kept it down too. That's perfect.
Challenge heater. Bryce Harper.
Second baseman,
Ketel Marte, base hit up the middle to lead off the 5th. Got to 2nd on a grounder to Turner. Scored with 2 outs on the Greinke base hit. So a real old school night here, 1-0, and the only run driven in by a good hitting pitcher. Have a game like this on 60s night. It'll take a lot of veteran fans way back when to games they remember from that decade. Big curveball. 0-2.
So this place was built in 1998, so 20 years. There's been 18 regular season games, 1-0. So 17 times 81 plus this year is how many games have been played here.
Yeah, just under 1 a year. He didn't move. Must have hit the umpire to make that noise.
So 1,396 games before tonight, and only 18 1-0 games. Long ways to go in this one, but still, you don't see this often here.
Tanner to 100.
And that's my math, so double, triple, quadruple check that. What do we got going on here? Checking to see if he got hit? I thought.
Well, maybe the dugout wants to challenge. I mean, the hitter had no reaction, and his manager will challenge.
Yeah, it hit him in the leg. Did you see his pant move there?
Yeah, it moved.
Ladies and gentlemen, the previous play is under video replay review.
How do you not feel that? How do you not go to first?
That it was not hit by the pitch.
Yeah, they're going to send him right down to first base. Didn't take long, did it? Ketel Marte not at all interested in a free bag.
Thought I heard a couple of sounds, but
yeah, I think the second sound we heard was the ball hitting the right foot of the umpire. So a runner with one out and Nick Ahmed, the shortstop.
I mean, base runners are at a premium in this game. Okay. Good pitch, pitching for the double play. That was a self-defense swing by Nick Ahmed. Fastball is running up around his face.
Not often you see a right-handed batter foul a ball right back over his left shoulder.
Into the third deck.
Nissan statcasting the lead of Ketel Marte, who's 1 for 1 stealing.
I like how he stays right in that circle all the time. Look at him. I'm not getting out of this circle. If I do, I'm in trouble. Look at that. Smart.
Yeah, his front knee was at 10 feet. The rest of him was at 9.
It's a protective bubble.
Dave McKay, first base coach alongside.
That was closer than it appeared, by the way.
Sammy Solis has joined Sean Kelly.
Well, this is the pitch that he has to get the double play on if he wants it. You feel like Torey Lovullo will start the runner 3-2, so that's why Tanner's keeping him close, keeping the double play in order, and he knows he has to throw a good low strike here to get a ground ball.
Runner holding 2-2, trying to wait for that curve. So Tanner still 10 pitches away from his season high.
I think they're going more Oregon here this year. I like it.
Line drive, and the runner Marte able to stop and go back. 2 outs.
All right, MLB at Bat is your #1 Nationals app. Customize your experience, catch every moment. This year, the Nationals home screen icons, features such as MLB.Game of the Day, pitch tracking and game highlights, all bunch of stuff. Download MLB at Bat today.
Jeff Mathis strikeout and the fly ball to right. Tanner Roark trying to finish off a fantastic outing here. Busting the bat of probably the last man he faces. Trey Turner puts it away. Michael A. Taylor to lead off top 8. Tanner's after him, at least his spot is. And then Stevenson.
$44 donation to the Children's Inn at NIH for every strikeout. My Nats pitcher this year, let's check out Tanner's night. By the way, if you're still up, give Tanner a mini standing ovation for his effort here tonight. This is one of the best teams in baseball, 24-12. They're leading their division by 3.5 games. They're hitting the ball all over the place this year, and all he did was go 7 innings, giving up 1 run on 4 hits, struck out 4, walked no one. So he threw 107 pitches, 67 of those for strikes. And that's maybe his best out in the year in my mind. So standing ovation for Tanner Roark, even if you're in bed right now. That was a beauty. Maybe just lean up a little bit.
Or lean forward to watch Michael A. Taylor with Wilmer Defoe on deck here, top 8.
Get him some runs.
Greinke, 89 pitches, 64 strikes.
Other guy's been good too, though. He gets paid a lot of money to get hitters out.
Yeah, he's on a 6-year deal here. Greinke's only other 7-inning outing, April 19th against the Giants here, a 3-1 win. Gave up a run on 3 hits, so face Wilmer Defoe next. Defoe has faced Greinke before, just once. 0-1, and Taylor rips a fair ball down the left field line. Into the corner. Peralta there to dig it out. And the Nats have their 2nd extra base hit.
So I was thinking last at bat when he hit that ball hard to second, that might be the calm before the storm. And a 1-hop bullet to Ketel Marte at second. This time a leadoff double, so now Wilmer's got to get him over, right? 1-0 game, getting muy tarde. And you look at Daniel Descalso in for the bunt. Michael A. hit it by him. Is that going to do it for Zach Greinke?
Well, they have a lockdown bullpen. We've talked about it.
Hasn't signaled yet, Carp.
Their bullpen 2.45. So hard to say at this point of the game who you'd rather face.
There it is.
Archie Bradley is their 8th inning guy. Brad Boxberger their closer. Bradley is ready if needed. Here he comes. So Greinke will go 7+1 hitter. Do you need expert printing? The UPS store has you covered. Together, there's nothing they can't solve. Greinke outstanding. So was Roark, and a hard-throwing Archie Bradley on the way. Second, nobody out. PNC make today the day, and their bullpen does that. 2.45 the overall ERA. Archie Bradley's at 1.35. He comes in. This guy just gives you his fastball, says, here it is. See what you can do. Wilmer Defoe for 1 career against him. And he was impressive in 2 holds against the Nats at our ballpark 2 weeks ago.
That's a tough pitch to bunt. That down and away, maybe off the plate a little bit. I think the bunt's the right decision here. You've got to get the leadoff double to third any way you can, at least to third.
So Descalso in the cutout over at third. Goldschmidt a little deeper on the first base side. Defoe pulls back, the pitch low, 1-1.
That pitch almost got Michael Taylor to third.
Respectable for Wilmer, who doesn't hit at the top of the order as a rule. That's a good number for 10 of his 12 runs batted in. Ball 2.
It doesn't have to be a good bunt, in case you're wondering. Michael A will take care of everything if he just gets it down the dirt. Good wheels at second. He'll advance on anything that you can read easily off the bat. See if they're still bunting 2-1.
Yes, and he pulled it back low. Ball 3.
Do it again. It looks like Archie Bradley's having trouble throwing strikes with the batter squared around. I mean,
this is Wilmer's time of the game. Bradley will step off with his shortstop out of position. Defoe lays down a beauty. Bradley with the shovel to Goldschmidt. Taylor, third base, 1 out.
Hey, that ain't easy in the 8th inning when the whole ballpark knows you're bunting to get it down and advance a runner. So give Wilmer a lot of credit. And I always thought the longer you stayed in there for the sacrifice bunt, the more tense you got as a hitter, because you want to get that thing done on the first pitch. So he had to wait 5 pitches to do it. Nicely done. And now we'll see if Andrew can pick up the money at third. We'll see.
Stevenson, 7 RBIs.
Infield in. Way in, too.
He faces Bradley for the first time. And Archie Bradley will drop the breaking ball in. Center field, a little bit the other way, A.J. Pollock.
Let's get something in the air.
So center, the shallowest place to get a sac fly right now. StatCast by Toyota. On the sac fly zones, the 1-1 and a throw to third. That's a balk. What was Archie Bradley thinking there? His third baseman nowhere near the bag, and the game is tied. Unreal.
But maybe overthinking it, because everyone knows Dave Martinez likes to squeeze. Zach Greinke can't believe what he just saw, so he just had a workout. That's all that was.
Tanner Roark off the hook.
And in the most unlikely ways, the Nats tie this one up. You have to be in the vicinity, the near vicinity of the bag. And look where Descalso was. He was shuffling off the bag. He tried to sell it at the end. I mean, you see the same thing at first with the lefty. First baseman playing behind. Guy kind of brain cramps, throws it to the first. It's a ball. Got to be at the bag. Unbelievable.
And now a busted bat will drop in for Andrew Stevenson.
Nah, he's got to go. Snatch one right here if you're the Nats. Good at bats. Wanted it up, threw it right down the middle. Bat died a hero. Now look for Andrew to maybe be running here, or at least let Bryce hit for a minute. Got a little excited there. We'll see.
Shocking development here in a good way for the Nats. Bryce Harper will pop it up to left. First inning single, a 1 for 4 night now. And it'll be up to Trey Turner with 2 down. Harper now 1 for 4 career against Archie Bradley.
Now the steal's in effect, and that's why Tim Bogart, is talking to Andrew Stevenson. I think you have to run early here.
On the balk, that does go down as an earned run. Charge to Greinke, who gets a no decision. Tanner Roark, as mentioned, off the hook.
I'm telling you, you sit in those pre-series meetings, and I guarantee you Archie and Bradley sat in the pitchers meeting today, and they said Nats like to squeeze with the runner on third. They do it all the time. They push it to first. It's one of their favorite plays. They've done it however many times this year. Now all of a sudden that meeting was in his head right there, and he said, you know what, you just told me 3 hours ago these guys squeeze. I'm going to try a pickoff. And he did it on his own, and Descalso wasn't ready. Just the threat of it got him a run.
Good lead by Stevenson.
That's a big lead.
Holding. So Ryan Madsen up in case the Nats take the lead here. Diamondbacks will have 9, 1, and 2 coming. This play's got real quiet.
13 feet. Look at this lead. Go.
1-1. There he goes.
Bradley pretty quick to the plate, but you saw Andrew extend his lead. He got a great jump. Meanwhile, Trey's thinking, I'm going to hit a gap, and he's going to score all the way from first. Talking to Tim Bogart today, he wants all his base runners, base stealers to barely be getting back. He said that's how you know you have your best lead. If you're just getting back, that's where I want you. I don't want you getting thrown out at second. I'm almost even better with you getting picked off at first versus getting thrown out at second.
Good take by Turner on the off speed. Now he's worked it back to 2-2. There used to be a saying many years ago, if you don't have to dive back, you didn't have a big enough lead.
He wants some scrambling back, though, to test their limits of their lead.
Target away. Turner, base hit up the middle. Stevenson will stop. 3 hits in the inning after 3 in 7 innings.
Great at bat.
Big spot for Anthony Rendon.
Right back up the middle.
Third baseman Anthony Rendon.
And based on the way the ball's flying so far here tonight, maybe that's the ticket in the series for the Nats. Hard on the ground. Old school baseball.
Humidor does not equal launch angle, evidently. Rendon, fly ball to center, swinging strikeout, fly ball to left. Driven in 8 runs, 4 of them in the 5 games since he's been back.
Trying to get Tanner a win right here.
By the way, that was Trey Turner's 4th career hit in 8 at-bats against Archie Bradley. Rendon 2 for 5 against him. Stevenson, the hit to center. Turner, the grounder up the middle. Ooh. Probably heard that one go by. And on the breaking ball, Descalso across the diamond. Nats with 3 hits tied the game in the 8th.
News Friday 9:30. Nats take on the D-backs again. Max Scherzer's on the mound, so tomorrow is officially Scherz Day. Today is, but we'll call tomorrow Scherz Day. 6-1 with a 1.74, 80 strikeouts, 13 walks for Max. He's on his way to an all-star start. He'll go up against Matt Cook, who's 2-0 with a 2.13. Coverage begins at 9 p.m. with Nats Extra on MASN 2.
Sammy Solis will get the call for back-to-back appearances. 2/3 with a hit and a walk in San Diego last night. 15 pitches, 8 strikes. And Devin Marrero, the pinch hitter. Fastball right in there. Marrero 0 for 1 against Sammy. And when we saw him, Nationals Park, maybe some of you were at the game and not watching on MASN. He's a younger cousin of former Nats #1 draft pick Chris Marrero. Pitch up, he was trying to hop all over it. Their closer is Brad Boxberger, and of course, in the top of the 9th rolls around. Is he going to be in a hold-em situation or trying to save it? good morning to all of you back home. 9 o'clock out here, BCFP DK, wishing you a happy Friday or Thursday. Your call.
Thursday.
Fastball up. Swing and a miss.
Well, that was by design. You remember Moreno's swing at Nats Park. He's got the natural uppercut. So how do you defense that? You throw a high fastball. It's the new launch angle, anti-launch angle defense system. High fastball.
David Peralta slaps one past Trey Turner. First hit for him in 4 at-bats against Sammy Solis. He hasn't run a lot, but he's capable. And the lead run aboard here in the bottom of the 8th.
You'd think this is Sammy's last hitter. Ryan Madsen ready for Paul Goldschmidt. There he is. Doctor getting loose.
Asking for a bigger lead somewhere along the line.
Henry Blanco's got his homework with him. He's ready. Hank White.
Every time I see Henry Blanco, I look at him and figure that guy could still be catching in the big leagues.
He was a good one, I'll tell you that.
What, 16, 17 years?
One of the best defenders. Call a great game, throw you out, frame up a pitch. He was good. He'll stick around that long and not be good.
And the 0-1. The Solis curveball is outside.
Watch the Diamondbacks enough to know if they'd hit and run here, but it's a good count too, and you got a guy that can handle the bat. Good runner at first.
Step off on a flat-footed throw. Descalso to center. You got jammed. Here comes Taylor. Plenty of time for Michael A to get there. And with the runner 2/3 of the way to second, he thought he'd throw in behind him. Big second out. And we'll see if a move is coming. And here comes Dave Martinez.
Small thing, but I love to see it. Pedro Severino ran all the way down the first baseline and was backing up Matt Adams on that throw for Michael A. Taylor with all his gear on. I'd love to see guys playing smart and playing hard.
Yeah, he put in some time going down the line in San Diego the other night when he started. Full of energy, handling pitchers, and Sammy did okay. Brought to you by American Standard Heating and Air. Find your local independent American Standard Heating and Air dealer at midatlanticcomfort.com. And by the hotels at BWI.com. Minutes from BWI, Marshall, Amtrak, and I-95. Discover the convenience of the hotels at BWI.com. Fitness store inside the ballpark. Mountain Fitness. Here's Ryan Madsen, 37 years of age. As fit as anybody, 10 years younger. Big time matchup here with Goldschmidt. Fastball up and away.
You see the numbers on Ryan. Fastball, curveball change. Fastball mid to upper 90s. He's thrown one pitch at 98 this year, 14 at 97. It usually sits around 95. Pretty deliberate to the plate. See if they decide to steal here. 60 fastballs at 95 miles an hour.
Close. Ryan stood straight up, froze, thought he had a strike.
Close. Close. Gotta believe green light's in effect here for Goldschmidt.
0 for 2 career against Madsen, who gets it in there. .97. Strike 2.
3-1. Here it is. Hit it, big boy. Nothing tricky about that.
Changeup on 3-2. Wow. Ryan Madsen dominates Goldschmidt. Matt
Time for the Miller Lite Hold True moment. Got to go back to the 8th inning. Michael A got the 8th started with a double. Lousy double. Got to get him over, Wilmer. 3-1 count, nice job. Lays the button down perfectly. Then Archie Bradley decides to make something up right here. I don't know what he was thinking. Descalso was playing all the way in the 5.5 hole. He threw it to him. He got to be by the bag. He wasn't. That's a balk. And that scored to Michael A. And look who's got his cleats on at the end of the dugout. In shocking news, Max Scherzer. Look, it looks like he did some sprints up in the tunnel too.
He is wide-eyed and ready on the night before he is starting.
He lives for this, man. Look at him. He's thinking of ways how he's going to win the game. I love it.
Closer Brad Boxberger and slugger Matt Adams. It's an 0-for-1 matchup in their careers. So no safe situation for the D-backs closer, who's 11 of 12 when he is trying to nail one down. And Adams on the off speed, how to play left side. 1-6-0 Nats. They've left 5. 1-5-0 D-backs. They've left 5. That's fair. Goldschmidt got a big hop. To the bag he goes. 1 out.
It's time for your fourth drive of the game. Go back to the 7th inning. Howie in the gap. Pretty good pitch by Zach Greinke down. He just inside out of this. And then Steven Souza Jr. goes Kids Superhero Cape Day at Nats Park on May 20th. First 10,000 kids 12 and under will get a cape. And there's Howie in for the double. Hurry to your local Ford dealers for great savings on cars, trucks, and SUVs. He took out a big divot with his knee, didn't he? Yeah, that's going to hurt tomorrow.
Off speed. So Howie has 40 hits, 17 extra base hits, 13 doubles, 4 home runs. Looked like he stopped his bat. Joe West agrees. Kendrick career 0-for-1 against Brad Boxberger.
He's not going to overpower. His fastball's 91, but his changeup just floats in there around 78, 79. So big split between the heater and the change. 10, 12 miles an hour difference.
Howie left side. How well placed. Trying to leg it out. And a good play by Nick Ahmed to get him 2 down. Here's why Severino's in the game. Second inning, Matt Wieters' first time up. Beats the shift. Watch him after the bag.
Can't see it there as much as when you saw it from center field, but his knee just kind of buckled. Watch it right here. Oh. Hope he's okay. That didn't look great.
Since then, Severino 0-for-2.
Very good pitch.
Sean Doolittle for the bottom of the ninth. D-backs will have 4, 5, and 6. That is fair. Severino with the Nats' third double of the night. So what Michael A. Taylor does here decides who pitches, Kinsler or Doolittle in the bottom of the ninth. You would think.
Center field, Michael.
He hit a hard comebacker his first time up, but this one just kind of backs up on Boxberger. Say that 10 times fast. Double down the corner, 2 outs, and now Michael A. Taylor has a chance to be a hero.
Yeah, Michael A. ignited the rally last time.
Paint.
As we mentioned earlier, Michael A's had some good moments in this ballpark. And against the D-backs, 375 career coming in with 12 runs batted in. Moises Sierra, pitcher's spot next. Breaking ball, Taylor with a grounder out to Ahmed. Close, and he got him by less than a step. The Nats strand their 6th of the night. We'll see who Davey goes to in a tie game, bottom 9. The year here tonight. Greinke 7+ a run on 4 hits. Tanner 7 a run on 4 hits. Matt Wieters, as we have shown you now, left the game after a base hit. Second inning, it's up to the bullpens, and Ryan Madsen retired Paul Goldschmidt, ending the 8th. 6 pitches, 3 strikes. So he's fresh, and he stays in against A.J. Pollock, who's 1 for 3 career against him. Davey and Derek have watched great pitching the last 2 nights. Hoping for just enough offense to get game 1 of this series. It'll have to happen in the 10th and the breaking ball for a strike. 1-1. Slapped up the middle. Howie playing there to the right of the bag. First out. Bottom 9.
Came up on Howie, kind of sat on that ball, got stuck on the in-between hop, and that had error written all over it. Nice hands by Howie. You know, once you set yourself as a defender, now you're at the mercy of the baseball and the hop. So watch how Howie sets up a little bit early here. And then once you set up early, ran right into his glove, didn't panic, used the strong arm, nicely done. But once you take a knee, you gotta be ready for anything, and he was. Nice
Steven
play.
Souza Jr. 0 for 3. 0 for 1 career against Madsen. Big hook. Struck him out with a heater. 98. 2 out of 3 batters struck out swinging. 2 outs.
We used to call fastball smoke. That was smoke right there. He throws smoke. 98 miles an hour. Pure smoke from Ryan Madsen. Just aged myself, but back in the day we used to call it that. That guy throws smoke.
Here's Marte. Reluctantly took first, hit by a pitch 2 innings ago. Base hit 2 innings before that. He's 1 for 2. I think I've ever seen a player not at all react when his pants leg was brushed by a pitch. Then his manager challenges and he goes down to first base.
Okay, maybe he didn't feel it. I don't know. You'd have to ask him. Oh, hit him again. No?
He's not acting like it. Will his dugout look at this?
I couldn't see. Didn't look like it.
Yeah, missed him. Three and 1.
It's only the second pitch Ryan's thrown at 98 this year, according to my data.
Base is empty, 2 outs. That was really close. Mark Ripperger's had a pretty good night behind the plate and a 2-out walk. Now Marte didn't go anywhere after being hit by a pitch with 1 out in the 7th. Nick Ahmed walks in. That is the first walk issued by any pitcher in this game tonight.
Ryan's pretty deliberate to the plate. I'd be shocked if they don't try to steal somewhere in this sequence. Pedro can throw. I think you got to try in the bottom of the 9th, don't you?
You would think. Strike call out there.
That hit him.
Back up breaking ball, and now the winning run will be at second base.
Derek Lilliquist going to come out and talk to Ryan real quick. I think they're going to hold up play here just to make sure it hit him.
Pinch hitter has been announced, and the Nats are going to challenge this.
Can you see it?
Ladies
Oh.
and gentlemen, the previous play is under video replay review. The call on the field is that the batter was hit by the pitch.
Oh, I don't see it, but I thought I heard two sounds. Do we have any volume on it? That looks like it missed him.
Yeah.
Let's listen. Is there enough to overturn it, Carp? What do you think?
I think there is. Looked to me like Severino caught the ball behind Nick Ahmed.
I don't think it hit him, but I don't think it's definitive either. I mean, winning runs in scoring position, you have to challenge this if you're Dave Martinez.
Joe West on the left. Plate umpire Mark Ripperger on the right, who made the call. This is one of those that could take a while.
Only Nick Ahmed knows. Maybe the next step is you hook baseball players up to lie detectors in the middle of the game. Just real quick, right? You just got the quick portable one.
They're going to send him back to home. Nats win the challenge.
Liar, liar, Michael Kadire. He's telling Joe West to hit him right now. Wait a minute, what?
The call has been overturned. The batter was not hit by the pitch.
So no Alex Avila batting next just yet. The count is 1-1. A hit batter overturned, and good work by the Nats clubhouse crew with the video set up and getting word to the dugout.
Yeah. Nice challenge by the skipper. 1-1 count. Nick is telling Mark Ripperger, hit me. Whatever, let's go.
Well, that pushes the winning run 90 feet back. Swing and a miss. 85 had him out ahead.
Got the great changeup working tonight. That one he threw Paul Goldschmidt at the end of the 8th was a beauty in a 3-2 count. A little flinch there, might be going.
Strike 3 call. Similar to strike 1. That's a rough ride for Nick Ahmed. This thing's going extra innings. The Nats this year 0-3 extra innings, but they're first on the road coming.
Didn't he? Fastball jumping out of his hand. 97, 98. And right when you think you're getting a heater, woof, the changeup, 85 to Paul Goldschmidt for strike 3 and a 3-2 count. That was after he blew a 3-1 fastball by Paul. And then the fastball away that was clearly in the box, right down the middle, 97 miles an hour for strike 3. No doubt about it, folks. That was a strike.
Top 10. Moises Sierra pinch hits for Ryan Madsen. Yoshihisa Hirano, the 34-year-old D-back reliever. First year in the big leagues, 18th appearance. 9 hits in 16 innings with 16 Ks.
Yeah, fastball 89 to 94. He's only thrown 1 at 94. Split finger to go with it, 79 to 86. Opponents hitting 214 against the fastball and 111 against the split.
Sierra pinch hitting, 1 for 7. Ryan Zimmerman, is he available tonight? Not for this situation. Up and in, 2-2.
Hit by pitches are very cool in extra innings, I've heard. Very cool.
They often lead to 1-run wins. Good job of staying with the off speed.
Some seeds. He's hungry. Little snack. It's better than tobacco. Nice job, Nick.
Yeah, you can't do that here. The late Joe Garagiola of the D-backs, the #1 man in the campaign for many, many years, fighting smokeless tobacco for baseball players. One of the many great contributions Joe made to this game. Two. Sierra choked up on that bat. Fastball upstairs.
Payoff pitch coming.
Up the middle. That's where they had him played. Marte for the first out.
Yeah, the good old days when that was a base hit. Not anymore.
All right, Dan, why didn't we see Ryan Zimmerman there, in your opinion?
Well, Bob, Davey saying earlier today that Zim actually dealing with a tight back today after that headfirst slide into home plate in San Diego a couple days ago. Said he might be available off the bench today. It's looking like he might not. Maybe that's why Max Scherzer has his spikes on and could potentially be called upon if needed.
Yeah, that was after Ryan's infield hit Tuesday night. Came around to score on that sac fly by Andrew Stevenson.
Well, he needs to quit diving. He dove for that play at first and kind of got a bruise on his side, and then dove at home and hurt his back. You know, when you go to a pool and it has signs that says no diving, I have to put one of those up for Ryan.
Andrew Stevenson, base hit right after the balk last time. What a time this would be for his first big league home run. Instead, a one-hopper back to the pitcher. Hirano has it 2 down. Bryce Harper trying to start something here with 2 outs, top 10. Wonder what's on his mind as he faces Hirano for the first time.
Possibly a nice dip in the pool, Bob. Could be thinking that.
Yeah, baseball in the pool. I like that.
I don't think Hirano will give him anything to pull, but you never know. You got to be ready. Those guys think he's going to pull it. There's still people in the pool. Time's the pool closed.
Can't tell from here. So Bryce with a couple of takes on pitches away.
The table's out by the pool now.
Target still away.
Yeah, they're way out. I mean, they're making Bryce hit the ball the other way here.
And that's got a whole new meaning in this ballpark, doesn't it?
He's only hit 20% of the balls he's put in play this year the other way. That's the 9th lowest percentage for a hitter. And it seems like everyone's pitching him away just like that.
Bases empty, top 10, and a 2-2 count. Gets by the pitcher, but on the shift, Descalso was there. We're going bottom 10, 1-1. At Chase Field tonight. Maybe half of them still here. We go bottom 10. And for Brandon Kintzler of the Nats, it'll be his 20th appearance. So an 18 2/3, 15 hits. 8 walks, 17 Ks. League hitting .227 against the Nats right-hander. Diamondbacks will have Alex Avila. Then the pitcher spot. Looks like John Ryan Murphy So you know, who knows who's hitting first here? You had 2 catchers. Looks like it'll be Avila first, then Murphy, and then Peralta. They carry 3 catchers.
Yeah, Avila will see a sinking fastball, 90 to 94. Sharp slider, 85 to 90. And a changeup that's tough to hit. Opponents are 0 for 7 against Brandon's changeup this year.
Bottom of the 10th. Alex Avila, career 0 for 2 with 2 Ks against Brandon Kintzler. And there's John Ryan Murphy in the number 9 spot. Tapper right side. Circling behind it, Adams. Kintzler over in good fashion. Quick out.
You have to wait till he's announced, Bob.
I said he was on deck. I didn't say he was hitting. It'll be Gerard Dyson. But your point is well taken. So they want him to restart a rally with 1 out. This guy gets aboard. It can be an automatic double the way he can fly. Dyson's problem has been getting to first base. He's 13 for 81, batting $160. 2 for 6 career against Kintzler. So the D-backs still have 2 men on their bench. Chris Owings, outfielder. John Ryan Murphy, another catcher. That's down to Ryan Zimmerman and Max Scherzer as extra men. You never know.
Never know.
And that ball ripped to right. Bryce to his left. Dyson around the bag will stop. Harper plays it well. Got it back in a hurry. Blinding speed at first with 1 out.
Boy, you're not kidding. I looked up and Dyson was already at first base, and I'm thinking he's going to go for 2. Any bobble here is a double. Bryce did a nice job of getting over there, but Dyson hit this ball hard, and he just kind of low gliding to first. Look at this. He's thinking to. Bryce fielded it cleanly, had to put on the brakes. Now you got to keep him close, obviously, in a 1-1 game in the bottom of the 10th.
He's 5 for 5 this year. 209 big league stolen bases.
Remember that, well, it was 2 years that Kansas City had that postseason run where he was just the secret weapon off the bench. They'd pinch run him late, he'd steal second, he'd steal third. There's nothing you could do.
Did a lot of damage, as you said, without picking up a bat. Holding and a strike. Wieters and Severino both been very good behind the plate this year. Matt 6 for 16. Severino 4 for 12. The aforementioned 209 steals, including 5 without being caught this year.
Leaning.
There he goes. Kind of jumps into his jump off the bag. I mean, he literally has a jump, and now it's 0-2.
You can see him just kind of leaning into that jump. I don't think Peralta could take 2 strikes for him, so you got to swing if you think you can hit a gap while he's running. But man, did he have that base stolen.
Target away.
That was a modified pitch out.
Yeah, I was thinking where Severino caught that ball.
Do it again here, maybe. Back to back, you know he's going.
Yeah, there was a time when teams would pitch out twice in a row.
Jab step to second, he was. I'm watching the Nats dugout. Everybody watching Dyson at first. All the coaches, eyes on the runner. Bigger lead here. Way bigger.
One-two pitch, runner holding, ball 2. There he goes. Pitch inside, throw short. Amazing tag by Turner after he picks it up. 2-6 on the caught stealing, 2 down.
I'll tell you what, just last night that Trey couldn't come up with a pick. The ball went into center field. I forget who was running. He went to third. Tonight Trey picks this beautifully, and I think that's the only way you get Dyson. The low one-hop throw, and watch Trey just drop his glove straight down. Doesn't reach out to get the baseball. He lets the ball travel. And Pedro Severino plays umpire and rings him up. What a throw, what a tag.
Yeah, that was Manuel Margot of San Diego last night. Now a full count to Peralta. Kinsler walks in right after the caught stealing.
I'll tell you what, give Chip Hale a lot of credit for keeping Dyson close, but that was just textbook what they just did right there, because he got a good jump. Watch the tag. Great release, quick release. Just drop it straight down. Don't reach out to get the baseball. Let it travel, let it come to you. He did a perfect job of that, and then just drops it right on Dyson. Boom.
Here's Descalso. Oh, for 3 after his first inning base hit. Here are the Nats. You want this inning to end here. Even though he's hitless tonight, Paul Goldschmidt waiting. Descalso 2 for 6 career against Kinsler. Base hit, and this runner's going to end up at least at third. Bryce Harper picks it up, returns it in. They've got to hold the runner. Howie already has it. Second and third. And they got to walk Goldschmidt right and face Pollock. We'll see.
Well, nicely played, first of all. Good job, Bryce Harper. And this ball had a little hair on it down the corner. Descalso hit it hard. Bryce had to take an angle. He took a perfect angle, or else this ball game's over. Watch Bryce taking the angle toward the foul pole, cuts it off, gets rid of it quick with something on it, and hits Howie Kendrick right in the numbers.
Derek Lilliquist to the mound with Goldschmidt stepping in. Pollock on deck.
You know, do you walk Goldschmidt with the player of the month in April on deck? I don't know. I don't think you do. Goldschmidt's struggling. I think you sleep like a baby tonight if he beats you. Normally you wouldn't say that. Goldschmidt's hitting 227. He's scuffling. He struck out his last 2 times. Pollock on deck has 11 home runs and 32 driven in. You have to pitch to Paul Goldschmidt here, which is just totally crazy. You never would before, but right now, based on what's happening, you have to.
Goldschmidt 1 for 2 career against Brandon Kinsler. Pollock, FYI, 0 for 4
However this works out, this is the right move. Win or lose.
Agreed. Bottom of the zone to get ahead.
Very bottom. You surprised Tony Perichica didn't send him? I kind of am. Might have been out, but it would have been fun to watch.
Well, Bryce's relay the key.
I know the guy in the other dugout would have sent him.
Bottom of the zone again. Rendon picks it up, and we're going 11 at least. D-backs have stranded 8 tonight, and they've stranded runners in 4 straight innings. Stealing play and a ball skipping to him. He will lead off. Turner, Rendon, and then Adams. And here's 32-year-old Fernando Salas. 18th appearance. ERA not that great. 9 earned runs in those 18 2/3 innings. 13 Ks, 5 walks. Not a guy who will, as a rule, blow you away. Both bullpens, by the way, lots of arms remaining as this one keeps going, and Alex Avila stays in to catch.
That's the guy Dave Martinez wants on, obviously.
Trey Turner, 2 for 5 with a walk. Career against Fernando Salas.
Kicking around for the bunt, wasn't he?
Corner infielder's pretty far away. And that was not buntable. 1-1.
Salas fastball, slider, changeup.
Turner rips one to right. Dre's second consecutive hit.
Excuse me, Carp. Game on.
Yeah, it's been kind of an odd road trip. Some low-scoring games in San Diego. Trey Turner has not stolen a base on this trip. waiting for the right moment. And you have a pretty good feeling about it right now with this guy in the box who has such great knowledge of the strike zone and bat control.
Salas pretty deliberate to the plate too. I'm seeing his times here 1.4 to 1.6. Those of you who don't know, Trey Turner probably get there in 3.3 seconds. So if he's a 1.4 and the catcher is a 2.0, do the math. All dependent on a good jump too.
Jumping up Avila to get that one.
Well, he rushed his delivery because Trey's on first.
Well, good scenario for the Nats here. They haven't used their closer. Home team has. Some of the best speed in the game at first and also in the batter's box.
Trying to time him up.
Salas got ahead of Trey, lost him. Now well behind Rendon.
Oh, coach.
Somebody in the Nets dugout said back, but it was a little tardy. He was going. I'm telling you, it's 3-0 because Trey Turner's on first. Obviously got a great here in the batter's box. He can do damage at any time. But Salas is varying his delivery based on the speed at first. I have his times right here, and he's been much quicker right now. But in being quicker, he's lost his release point. It's 3-0. Trey Turner effect.
All right, here we go, 3-1. Again, Anthony played pretty straight away. Right center gap a little larger. Turner running. Pitch up, ball 4. 2 on, nobody out.
Game really on.
Yeah, great matchup for the Nats, you would think. Adams has only faced Salas a couple of times. So it'll be a lefty-lefty with Andrew Chafin. Let's see how many times Matt Adams has faced him. 2 times, a double. Wheels turning. Nats a chance to go on top. Chafin, 27-year-old southpaw, 18th appearance. Just under 12 innings, 16 strikeouts, 9 hits.
Yeah, fastball, slider, 2 pitches. Throw occasional changeup. Opponent's hitting 286 against Andrews' fastball and 136 against his slider. So you'd imagine Torey Lovullo brought him in to throw Matt Adams some sliders.
Yeah, and they play the infield to pull. So in the air, maybe the other way on the ground. Pull side, we'll see. Target away. And Turner was ready had that not been handled well by Avila.
Nice stop. Real nice stop. Show it to you again. This even trickles a little bit away. Trey Turner standing on third.
RBIs his last 14 games. 1-0 pitch. And the fastball in there.
I'll give you an idea what Matt's thinking right now. See a guy take a 1-0 fastball. He's thinking slider. Tim Bogart flashing Trey Turner the numbers on Chafin's break time to the plate. Trey kind of gave him the open hand, like, what do you think?
And Descalso has to hang closer to third than they usually would. And there's a base hit right where the shortstop used to be. Nats take the lead. Matt Adams delivers. 25th RBI and 21 in 14 games recently.
You know, that whole at bat in my mind, I'm thinking about Matt Adams' double the other way the other night. And I'm looking at the shift saying left on left, you're going to shift him over there. And he did exactly what you were thinking. He hit the ball right to shortstop because that's what you do against a nasty lefty. Trey Turner scores easily, line moving. And Matt Adams does it again. How fired up is he? Do it, Matt Adams. Stay hot.
Nobody out. Here's Howie. You're going to play him straight up. Kendrick 1 for 5 against Chafin. Yeah, we set the defense. It's puzzling. Lefty playing him to pull. Howie's got to go get his bat, by the way.
How many at-bats did Matt have against Chafin? See, that's what
two. He was 1 for 2, so there's no trend.
That's what I'm saying. There's not enough data to warrant that shift. I'm sorry. If he's got 20 at-bats against a guy, okay, I got it. But 2, and you're going to put that kind of shift on?
Glad they did. Here's the 0-1 to Howie. Swings through the breaking ball. You know who that gets into play now. Nats relievers, good job last few innings of stranding 5 Arizona runners. Howie patient to stay off the off speed. Other way. It's going to push one runner to third, and Howie out as Chafin was able to find the bag. Joe West was patient with the call, waited to make sure the pitcher was on when the ball got to him.
Joe might have got blocked off from this. I want to see this again, and so does Dave Martinez, more importantly. So Goldschmidt with the underhand feed to Ahmed, and was Chafin's foot on there? Yes, it was. Barely.
Big double play for the D-backs. Chafin will not be facing Severino. It looks like Silvino Bracco coming out of the bullpen. Nats have taken the lead here. They've got Dr. Dew ready. Another run wouldn't hurt. Man at third.
Home team, or part of the home team, you're thinking, uh-oh, this isn't good. He can steal some bases, but watch Pedro Severino right here unload one, and Trey Turner with the tag. So if that doesn't happen, who knows? Now, there's a walk and a double behind this, but great pick. 82.8 miles an hour, .70 on the exchanges is beautiful. And don't forget, Bryce Harper, tip of the cap, kept Dyson at first base with a nice play and right.
Silvino Bracco. First time these two face each other. And this one out to short for Nick Ahmed. Diamondbacks have 4, 5, 6. Pollock, Souza, Marte. The Nats have Doolittle. He didn't say a word. I wonder what his passenger rating is. So we got it right most of the way, and Sean Doolittle taking advantage of some free transportation. That's something you never hear anymore. Matt Adams drives in the go-ahead run, and now it's Doolittle trying to put an end to a long evening of baseball in game 1 of 4 here in Phoenix. He'll face Pollock, Souza, and Marte.
But you rate the driver, you know, a little bit later. So save here for Sean. That's 5 stars. And we won't think about anything else. So hard straight fastball, 92 to 96. He's thrown 17 heaters at 96 this year. Slider, changeup to complement it. Opponents are 3 for 46 off Sean's fastball this year. That's an .065 average against.
A.J. Pollock 0 for 1 against Sean Doolittle. Rendon even with the bag at third. Adams well off the bag, first base side. Check swing. Strike 1.
Big outs to get.
So getting in on the hands of Pollock a couple of times here.
Oh, here comes the high heat.
Target in, mid up, and even higher up for the strikeout.
I'm telling you, I would just love to stand in there against Sean once and see what all the right-handers are seeing, because they are convinced, hitter after hitter, that that thing's coming downhill, and there she goes uphill again at 95 miles an hour. And I mean, something is delivery, something in deception. They're thinking this is right there. They go to swing, and that's that.
Souza, one American League matchup against Doolittle, 0 for 1, a strikeout. Off speed.
This might give you an idea.
Jammed him. Ball by the pitcher. Races on. And safe is Souza. Big man who runs well. And that ball took forever to get to Trey Turner.
Yeah, he had no chance. Once that got by Sean, it's a base hit. Looked like that soft dirt in front of home just kind of held that ball up. So now, watch the puff of dirt right here. That took a long time to develop.
Ketel Marte next. Been on base 3 times. Single, hit by a pitch and a walk. Runner goes. Then he went back. And a bouncing throw by Severino. A nice long hop, though, for Matt Adams.
I have no idea why Steven Souza Jr. stopped. He had this bag stolen. He had a walking lead. He guessed right. Watch the jump. Interesting. Pedro's thinking, go ahead, run. I got it.
Pitch was a ball.
Come on, how you think.
It's a beefy lead, isn't it?
It is. That time Doolittle had him moving backwards. Sean got the call on the pitch, 1-1. Mark Rippinger, the home plate umpire, likes the outside fastball to right-handed batters.
It's got to be close to 14.
This one out to center. Michael A. Taylor. He will get there. Souza at second has to retreat. The Nats need one more out.
Well, you got to rewire your brain and your thinking in this ballpark. I'm telling you.
Shortstop.
Marte, by the way, 0 for 8 now against Doolittle, who faces Nick Ahmed. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I don't know how many home runs we'll see in this series, but the way this place played previously, we'd already have 3 or 4 tonight. Doolittle and Ahmed, who's 0 for 2 against him.
The doctor trying to seal it.
Chris Owings for Avila if it continues, and they do have another catcher available. A lot of dues here. They love what they're seeing from our left-hander.
Yep, that's what I've got. Dave McKay's over there going, if that, see that little hair sticking out of his beard, if that flinches, he's going home. Been coaching first base so long, he watches so much video, he knows every pitcher.
Long time with Tony La Russa in Oakland and St. Louis. Runner at first, 2 outs. There he goes. Good jump, swing and a miss. Severino does not want to risk a ball going into center field. But it's 0-2 on the steal.
And that was something about he's never thrown over 3 times in a row. They just guess and went right there. And that's probably what Dave McKay said to Steven. Hey, he's not going to throw over again. If he does, let's go in the clubhouse. Now things just got real interesting.
Ahmed 0 for 4 tonight. 364 career against Washington before this game. Popped him up to left. Turner, Stevenson. Trey's got it, so do the Nats. And they win an extra inning game for the first time this year.
That's a big time character win. You got Zach Greinke going against you. He's out there dealing all night long. You find a way to scratch out a run on a balk against him. And you get another one across in extra innings, and that's a big time win to start this 4-game series up. Nicely done, Washington Nationals. Put that Curly W in the book.
It's a 3-1 road trip with a 2-1 win here. Nats out hit him 9-8. Tanner Roark brilliant through 7. Deserved a decision, but hey, he got his team in position to win a game later. Tomorrow, it's Max Scherzer against the D-backs. We'll get you going at 9 p.m. This has been a presentation of Masson. Stay tuned now. Nats Extra postgame straight ahead from the desert. See you later.